Uganda's development struggles are deeply rooted in its economic structure, geographical constraints, and environmental vulnerabilities. Economically, the country faces significant challenges due to its lack of diversification. Agriculture, which contributes approximately 24.1% of Uganda's GDP and employs around 70% of the workforce, remains predominantly subsistence-based, characterized by low productivity and limited value addition. This over-reliance on agriculture is compounded by limited industrialization, with the industrial sector, excluding construction, contributing only about 19.2% of GDP, and manufacturing accounting for just 8.3%. This weak industrial base restricts job creation and economic growth. Furthermore, Uganda's export economy is heavily dependent on primary commodities such as coffee, tea, and fish, which are vulnerable to global price fluctuations. For instance, coffee alone makes up 20 to 30% of the country's export earnings. And in 2022, Uganda's total exports were valued at approximately 3.99 billion, while imports reached about 9.75 billion, resulting in a substantial trade deficit of 5.76 billion. This imbalance underscores the country's reliance on imports and its struggle to compete in global markets. Geographically and environmentally, Uganda faces additional hurdles that hinder its development. As a landlocked country, Uganda relies on neighboring nations' ports for trade, which increases transport costs and causes delays. Transport and logistics account for 35% to 42% of production costs in Uganda, significantly higher than the 8% typical in many Asian countries, reducing the competitiveness of Uganda exports. Environmental challenges further exacerbate these issues. Uganda is highly vulnerable to climate change, experiencing frequent droughts, floods, and erratic rainfall patterns that disrupt agricultural production, which is the backbone of the economy. For example, the floods in 2020 in eastern Uganda displaced over 300,000 people and destroyed vast amounts of crops. Additionally, unsustainable farming practices and deforestation have led to severe soil degradation, reducing agricultural productivity. Uganda loses about 2.6% of its forest cover annually, further worsening environmental vulnerabilities and undermining long-term economic resilience. Together, these factors create a complex web of challenges that impede Uganda's development trajectory.